My dick's falling off. Where'd it go?
That's too bad.
It is. It was the only one I had. Never gonna get another dick again. Where am I supposed to get another dick? The dick store? Am I supposed to just walk into town and go to the dick store and be like, excuse me, sir, I would like to buy one new dick because I lost my dick?
Well, I mean, I guess you technically could.
Where's the dick store? I didn't know we even had a dick store.
I mean, you go to, like, Adam and Eve, they got strap-ons.
Oh. Welcome back to Ace Attorney.
Also, you could pull a South Park and grow one on a fucking rat.
Well, I did, you know what? I hadn't thought of that. Let's play Ace Attorney. It's time to lawyer. We're gonna go into trial.
Yeah.
It's been a really weird night.
I know, my brain is off. I don't know what happened to it. It ran away. It ran away from
You forgot to charge it. That's what happens. You didn't plug it in.
My brain's just like...
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's like... It's not a brain fart. It's a brain burp.
Yeah, because that's what I do.
Yeah. All rise!
Feeny weeny! Whoa!
Whoa! What is this music? Okay, that was really weird. I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Solomon Starbuck or something.
Your Honor, could you please come out from under your bench?
Oh!
There are no more bombs. I promise. Can you promise that, Phoenix? Can you?
Is it me, or is the music, like, in a higher key? It's freaking me out. Yes! My apologies.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. I'm just, like, super spacey and in another dimension. See, what happened was
Is it so bad to act like a JoJo character, though?
my body is here, but my brain went on hiatus. It was like, fuck you for making me think too much and all the time.
That's just what it's like for me, like, 75% of the time when I'm unmedicated. But, you know, that's what counseling and medication is for. Anyways, remember when the courtroom exploded, and I'm still kind of freaked out about that. I mean, it exploded, did you see? Were you there? Did you see it? We're gonna tell you about it right now. And then Mr. Tenate self-destructed. He was just being dramatic. That wasn't really an explosion.
I guess that's one way of describing what happened to you tonight.
Anyway, it seems that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tenate's actions. So you, Mr. Wright, will be taking up the defense? Do you have an understanding of what's happened in the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor. The defense is ready.
Very well. Is the prosecution also ready? I randomly pose sometimes. But I watch too much JoJo. I take it you'd like me to give an opening statement this time? Looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader.
Well, he's certainly seen more than his fair share of colorful prosecutors. You could say he's something of a veteran of sorts.
What's with prosecutors anyway? Like, have we ever gotten a normal one? Ever? No, not really. I think Edgeworth is about as close as it gets.
I was about to say, Edgeworth is about as close as it gets.
He's just broody.
He's very broody, but he's also a little...
A little bit extra.
A little extra.
Kyoto's only 5'7". Sorry, I keep going over this JoJo trivia.
Well, I mean, is he...
I didn't know. Kyoto's, like, not that much taller than I am. That's funny to me.
Is Kira a native Japanese person?
I guess so?
Then that would make sense then.
Wait, which Kira? Because, reasons. Anyway.
Josuke is mixed at the very least.
Yeah, because his daddy is
English. Yeah.
So it would make sense for Josuke to be tall.
Taller. Mm-hmm.
Well, taller, I guess.
Taller than 5'7".
So in the previous part of the trial, we learned the victim, Clay Terran, you remember that guy? The Gundam guy. He looked like he's from Gundam. He escaped from Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant Solomon Starbuck.
Aren't they all the same height?
Depends on who's drawing them. Oh, snap. There were explosions on the second floor of the Space Center and on the rocket itself.
So many explosions.
True astronauts used the Launchpad 1 corridor to reach the boarding lounge. And how could the victim climb down the ladder if he was carrying the defendant? That was the mystery that needed to be solved. Did we ever figure that out? We weren't even able to go in there.
That'll probably be a third investigation day.
We found out a lot of things, but that was not one of them. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point?
On further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Oh, you saw that too, huh? Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Dono's argument was correct.
So that means the testimonies of the first two people on the scene are suspect.
There are two people who claim to be the first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements?
Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police?
One of them's dead.
Ow.
Yes, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging.
She certainly is dead.
And just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, the courtroom bombing incident occurred, and the trial was put on hold.
If only Maya were here.
That accursed fellow. He killed my witness. He killed Detective Arm.
He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw. That's a word, Athena.
Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. Nevertheless, the defense argues that there was a third person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim.
There's always a third person.
There's always a third person.
How long have we all been here, really?
To make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man or a stupid one. I like the punch to that line.
Well, he lacks punch anyway. He's obviously new here. There's always a third person. The judge should even know better by now.
There was no third party in the boarding lounge. Or have you gone dotty already? Old man.
What? Who are you calling old?
Wow, rude. We'll see who's the dotard after I trounce you with my years of experience, little boy.
Yeah, Phoenix, you tell him.
In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene.
They saw a third person. Yeah, get her in here. She obviously can't be bought by the prosecution.
You see, my sister has been running her mouth. That's right, I almost forgot Aurora is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. Oh wait, Aura?
Aura.
I don't know why like this whole time I thought her name was Aurora. This whole time.
I'm trying to think. There was one particular Ace Attorney character that I always pronounced the name wrong until someone in chat told me.
No matter. She
Fuck
didn't
you
see
guys.
this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there's no evidence to indicate that person was not the defendant. I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there. In brief, we need to determine if a third person was there or not.
What about the lighter?
To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene.
Director Cosmos, huh? Oh, hi, Sam. I'm sorry I didn't see you up there. Sam, sorry, this is off topic, but Stardew Valley multiplayer is a thing now. It's in beta. We should all play together. It's up to 4 people. You guys wanna start a farm together? Like,
Go farming.
you wanna go farming?
Go farm.
Like you and me and Sam, and I wanted to see if Wonks, because Wonks was the one who gave us Stardew Valley in the first place.
Go farming.
Make a killer farm together.
Go farming.
Needs to happen.
What's your favorite part of Stardew Valley? Like, what's your favorite area?
Favorite, like, activity to do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like mining. I like fucking with people, to be honest. Not fishing, and farming is like, I don't know, there's something satisfying about that too, I guess.
Yeah, making your farm.
I like making neat designs with, like, where I till the soil for my crops.
Yeah.
And making them grow in cool patterns.
But I
like mining too, but...
I like mining. That's my favorite. I like fighting all the doopity-doos.
Or either the JoJo game's good. Eyes of Heaven is good. Play it.
The ghosties.
Oh yeah, the ghosties.
The ghosties and the slims. And the bats.
Bats! I do like mining. But
And
yeah,
you get pretty things.
I need to get up with Wonks, because we all need to, me and Sid and Wonks should all have a farm together.
farm.
I need it. Anyways, yes, we got off track, sorry. I like Stardew Valley. I've seen you before in the newspapers.
The ghost makes me sad when they die, because they go, oh. Oh god, how did I do you again?
It's just like fucking over, you're just like,
Course,
yes!
Of course you have! For I'm Yuri Cosmos, director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after Yuri Cosmos! Don't you have anything you wish to ask me?
Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging.
7 years ago, I successfully launched the Hat-1 and...
Yeah, Blackwell does not care. Hey, Cthulhu. Soup.
Everyone already knows how brilliant you are.
Smooth.
Even I'm trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me.
Wow.
So could you please proceed directly to your important testimony?
Wow, Blackwell. Laying it on thick.
Aha! I see this fine young lad has a proper appreciation of greatness.
Or he just knows how to play you like a fiddle.
Then allow me to begin my... Apocal?
That's gotta be it, right?
Testimony that will be recorded in the... Annals?
In the annals of history. I like it. Keep it. I'm gonna say it like that from now on. That speech of Prosecutor Blackwell's just now, it sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos.
Of course he was. It's probably for the best that it sailed right over the director's head.
Now then, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please.
Ow! Okay, so earlier I went to a Japanese restaurant for dinner.
Oh, really?
And I had edamame for an appetizer. Just like regular plain steamed edamame.
Mm-hmm.
And the very tip of my tongue, is like weirdly exfoliated and like...
What?
Because the way you're supposed to eat the edamame, you just like put it in your, or at least the way I eat it is I put the whole pot in my mouth and then I drag it through. And,
Is that the way you're supposed to eat it?
and then it pops.
I don't know. I don't eat edamame, so
It pops the little soybeans into your mouth after you, like, when you put the pod in your mouth and you drag it out.
mm-hmm.
Because it'll pop open the end, especially if you, like, put your teeth against it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I guess so.
Anyway, for anybody who hasn't eaten edamame before, the pods on the outside are very hairy. So they were like, I don't know, what is it called? Like sandpaper. Like,
Yeah, it was rough.
they were just,
It's like kind of gritty almost, maybe.
yeah, they were exfoliating the tip of my tongue, and now the tip of my tongue hurts.
That's weird. Food. I mean, like, I'm not saying anything against it as far as taste goes. It's just like sometimes you wonder about certain foods and like how people came to eat them, and you're
Of
just
course,
like,
yeah.
it's weird. It's weird.
I always
Of course,
wonder-
it's annals, but like, why would you say it like annals when you could say it like anals? If you were like, look, man, I'm gonna jot you down forever in the annals of history, and I'm gonna jot you down forever in the annals of history. Which one would you pick? Be honest, because I know which one I would pick.
Coarse, yes, it's coarse, and it makes my tongue.
That's the word, yeah.
Make my tongue go funny.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Was that me?
I don't know. Maybe the game just got tired of our shit.
I think I accidentally hit something. I'm not crazy, right? I'm pretty sure.
Why has he got Mario Star?
The audio is different. What is happening?
And it is going on its own. Or did you hit
Well,
something?
I hit the thing on the mouse, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's just for this part of this case where they have like a different version of these themes. But my ears are really sensitive about like when sudden pitch changes happen. Like, especially in the middle of a track, it actually hurts me. So when something is like in a different key, it like bugs me. Like, this seems slightly slowed down than normal for some reason.
Hold on. I think Grandpa over here actually would sound better with an olive in his mouth.
Oh, hell yeah.
Make him more daddy. More granddaddy. Okay.
Yes, let me jot you down in the anal cavity of history. I'd pick it.
We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge, and Taryn lying on the floor. I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck.
That's very vague. Like, don't you know what he looks like?
Well, it was dark,
I guess so, but like,
and so he only saw the figure.
it's very presumptuous to just be like, guess it was Starbuck!
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense, I guess, but it's like, if you didn't see his face, then you can't say, especially in a courtroom setting. And again, this is us putting actual courtroom logic to Phoenix Wright logic, which is definitely in another alternate universe. But it's like, you can't just say it was him when you didn't see his face or have any, like,
Well, that's what he said. The
solid
figure.
evidence.
That's why he said the figure. He said, "I can't imagine it was anyone but Starbuck."
I
but
guess.
he said he identified it as the figure.
I guess so.
It's just it's the
Up until this moment, he was just like, yeah, definitely. Everybody's just like, definitely Starbuck. It was totally him. They were together. It's fact. And the only person was just Starbuck who was like, I don't actually remember anything. Like, I don't remember how this case goes. So I'm just sitting here like, what do you mean you don't know?
but the I forgot.
It's just, for me, this is almost as blind as it is for you. So in your testimony, you claim... ... You'd be a horrible boss because you would just let people smoke weed the whole time as long as they don't rat you out or eat you out. Either one, I think, would work. Depends. Depends on your preferences. You arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge. And just after the victim has been killed.
No, the horror. The humanity. But what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said.
And what you saw was another astronaut dude with a helmet on.
Courageous action to take in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger. Risking my own life for theirs.
Well, what do you know? Sounds like the director really cares about his men.
I call bullshit. Yeah, though it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away.
That's true. Is he allowed to have a segue in here? Is the defense ready to cross-examine the witness?
You would deny an old man.
Oh my god, I love this. Sid can make Lord of the Rings jokes at me now. I'm gonna cry. I never thought I would be at a point where my girlfriend can make Lord of the Rings jokes at me. This is everything. Life goals, fam. I'm fulfilled. I could die happy right now.
Yes, Your Honor. Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm gonna have to press him and draw out some more information before I do anything else.
You think?
Yeah, I do think. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. That's what my brain do.
That's what my brain say. If it were here. Press!
Has anyone seen Sid's brain? It's probably hanging out with mine. I haven't seen mine in a very long time.
The two of them are just like at a bar somewhere, like drinking like straight vodka.
They're just, yeah.
Drinking a hard liquor, just like
Their heads down on the bar.
just
Yes, their heads. Our brains' heads. Yeah, Sid recently, I sat down and binge-watched the trilogy with Sid.
Yeah!
And she liked it, and I'm so happy. And I think she's listening to the audiobooks right now, which is more than I could have ever hoped for. Like, it would have been one thing if you were like, because I didn't think you would hate it ever, but I was just like, it'd be good enough for me if you watched it and you were like, that was good. I liked it, and then the end, like, that's it. But then, like, we finished it, and you were like, I am crying, and I want to read the books, but I don't want to read them, I want to listen to them at work. And I was like, girl, wait, I have an audiobook. Let me help you. This is more than I ever could have dreamed of.
I had a lot of feelings, and I have decided
I don't even think any
The
of the
third
other
one
people in
is
our
my
house have read the books.
the third one is my favorite.
Yes, which is surprising to me.
Third one's my favorite.
Our entire relationship is just like me watching experience things for the first time that I obsessed over for a long time, and just like sitting here and being like, yeah, like wringing my hands in the corner, like, yes.
Enjoy.
Yes. I mean, you do that to me too, but I'm just like, these things that I grew up with. I love it.
Where were you coming from?
The 6th floor. We were making sure any stragglers made their way to the 4th floor.
What's on the 6th floor?
It was then when we heard about Starbuck and Terran and hurried to the 3rd floor lounge.
Nice.
On my galactic scooter here, of course.
Hold on. I just want to say, Phoenix, your highlighter is on fleek. The fuck?
Right? I know.
Like, who did your makeup today? Cause it's looking good.
And you know he didn't do it himself.
No, he wouldn't have put that highlighter precisely in that right
I bet
spot.
Trucy does it.
Though I do have to say, I mean, obviously he be doing his brows since the beginning of time.
Yeah, he always said, but I mean, not just because he got good brows doesn't mean he, you know, he always has to do them. I don't know. I've never done my brows. They're not amazing, but...
Well, no, this little right here.
Oh, you mean
that's-
on the end where it's like does a little wiggle? You don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe he's born with it.
No,
No?
No.
Oh. Alright.
That's him being extra. He wants people to think that it's natural, but it ain't natural. It's like people who think you can get away with being like, I've gotten lip filler, but you don't notice. This is natural.
It's like, no, I was born with these lips. Girl.
Like, sure you were, and when I saw you last week, and they were non-existent.
Alright.
I mean, I still ain't hating. I'm about some lip injections if you can afford them.
Yeah, like, you know, you do you, boo, as long as you're not hurting yourself and other people.
I just like to make fun. Why do you keep calling it galactic? Does it have something to do with space?
Just let him have it, Phoenix.
Of course, it's specifically designed to be used in galactic battleships.
We don't have those.
I see. Then I take... It works in 0G too?
Sadly, no. With the current state of technology as it is, I'm afraid it would just float about and be galactically useless.
Oh, that's a galactic bummer.
I see. Ah, I wish I had one. Anyway, when you got to the scene, what did you see?
Remember that time where they were like, we made a hoverboard for real? But it wasn't really. And people kept being really stupid with it and hurting themselves.
Let's see. According to this diagram, you didn't have to go through the central control room to get to the boarding lounge 1. It looks like you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well.
Unless the elevators were down.
Yes, but in her haste, Detective Arm rushed ahead of me towards the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her.
I see.
So I peeked into the boarding lounge from the central control room door, and then this shit happened.
God, I love his poses.
So you couldn't see who that figure was clearly or what they were doing.
Sadly, the only thing I could tell was that a person was standing motionless.
The defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his dead. What other explanation is there?
Bruh. Oh yeah, well I mean people are stupid and hurt themselves all the time, but I mean like don't do it intentionally.
I'm so close. But without evidence, I can't prove that that person's a third party.
Do we have it?
I don't relish in this, and
You do got a nice mustache though.
It's very wah.
Wah! It totally is.
Ara Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge. But she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see the figure's face clearly?
no, not clearly.
Mm-hmm.
The lighter they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. But other than that, I could see little else. That's why I could see Darren, but I couldn't see who the other person was.
So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck. Is that correct?
I would like to believe that. Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
Then literally everyone can see that, right?
When the witness entered the boarding lounge, there was no third person there. Isn't that correct? Great Space Center Director.
Blackwell, please.
Oh, I'm sucking on this dick until he fucking gives me exactly what I want.
Wow.
And Fulbright's in the background just like, stop!
You're very good at that, Blackwell. You're too good at that.
That's right. Only Starbuck and Taryn were there at the time. After we peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark and the figure vanished.
You mean they disappeared? That's odd. The reason the figure appeared to vanish was because of the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and feigned unconsciousness.
What do you mean when they weren't looking? Where else would they be looking?
Hold on, Director Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off the scene?
Just for a brief instance, about as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by.
What?
If you took your eyes off the scene,
What the fuck were you looking at?
then this third person could have escaped during that time.
Well, what escape route could this person have used? Bah!
The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators. There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape that way.
Yeah, but he's gonna say the elevators are fucking...
All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof?
Bruh.
If we're just talking about possibilities, we could profess whatever we'd like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and a lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon.
Well, maybe there is.
As long as they don't punish us in the name of said moon for whatever we've done to it.
Sick Sailor Moon reference,
I know,
bro.
right?
The name of the moon, I'll punish you.
But I say, where is your proof that this quaint kingdom exists?
Well, I mean, I have Sailor Moon somewhere around here, if you wanted to watch it. He's calling your theory a work of fiction, boss.
Skinny power that. Oh shit.
I was like, I can't remember the Japanese catchphrase.
Because I remember Mars's.
I love Mars.
I only ever learned moons and Mars. Moons because I love moon. And Mars because I was supposed to be Mars. Cosplay.
I love Mars. She's a cunt, and I love her.
And hers is Tsukini Kawate Seikayo. And some moons is...
Oh shit, yeah.
If only Cookie were here.
Yep. And he's right. I don't have any proof yet. Still. The southern door was a possible escape route. I better make a mental note of that.
Noted, Phoenix. Thank you.
Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why did you look away from the boarding lounge?
Yeah, what the hell were you looking at?
Aha! There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arms saw a figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her.
Huh?
You're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure?
What would make her do that?
I imagine her instincts as a detective told her they were the killer.
Huh. I don't know about that. And were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun?
I'm afraid I was too late. I wasn't able to stop her. She identified herself clearly, and then she fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure.
Huh.
This information about Detective Arm's actions sound critically important. Please add it to your testimony.
We only found one bullet.
One bullet and one bullet hole.
Where's the other bullet? The fact that this in itself is a statement. I mean, we should press it, but I wonder in our court record if we have something.
And neither of these 2 shots hit the culprit.
That is correct. The detective appears to have missed on purpose.
Did she really? There's something about this that bothers me.
Me too.
So Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, did she? That's the first time that info has come out. I wonder if I can find any inconsistencies.
I don't know. Let's check the court record. I feel like we know personally that we've only found one bullet.
We've only found 1 bullet, and we've only found 1 bullet hole. Now, the one thing that is weird is that And they mentioned, I'm assuming it's going to be important because they mentioned size or caliber during both times of talking about the bullet.
Yes.
This is supposed to be a regular caliber bullet gun
Yes.
that made this hole.
Yes.
The bullet that we found is very small.
Oh, that's
Bullet.
right. Maybe it's the bullet hole then. Because we talked to Fulbright about the small bullet. He said that it was Detective Arms and from her gun. So the bullet hole might be too big to have been from her gun.
Mm.
So where'd it come from?
So, do you think on the last statement then?
I think so.
Well, let
Let's
me
try it. Yeah, let's save and then try it.
Save scum!
Save scumming. It's not really scum if it's like it allows you to save anywhere, you know.
Oh, what? No. No, I already saved. Wait, did I save? I forgot. Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again! Now I've saved. Alright, pa-choom, pa-choom.
Those are definitely Mario stars in his jacket.
I know, right?
They got little eyes and everything.
I know. I was like, look at the Mario stars. The Mario. Present.
Present your evidence.
Present bullet.
Yes.
Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing?
You doubt my words, words that will someday be written down in the history books.
Somehow I don't think that those are... I'm not very good at being sly or witty or making good comebacks. I'm sorry. 'Cause
You just have to believe.
I get tongue
You gotta believe.
twisted too easily. Somehow I don't think that those exact words will ever be written down in any history books. Aw, Feeny looking so confident.
It's like he's like, I've been doing this for a while, and then I didn't do it for a while. Now I'm doing it again.
Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so we can all understand?
You say that Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. And yet only 1 bullet hole was ever found in the scene.
What?
You
only
heard me.
1 bullet hole means the gun was only fired once.
That's not what we were going for, but I'll take it.
Yeah, sure. And yet Director Cosmos is saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor will allow such glaring contradictions into the history book. The history book.
The singular history book that every child. It's Phoenix Wright, you know.
Yeah.
For all we know,
There's
there's only one history book.
Faster Stampede!
Ah! Hi, Vash! I love you. God, at Zordon, I love that emote so much. The rare parrot one kills me every time. And it's not used enough, like Sour Pleases, and I forget about it existing, and then somebody uses it, like right now, and I remember it exists. And it makes me laugh every time I see it.
How obvious is it that I have a super big crush on Vash the Stampede's username?
Very obvious, but it's okay. I think it's adorable.
It would be even better if it
And
was
Vash is a
Legato.
bean, so...
It would be even better if it was Legato Blue Summers. Just saying.
If
Vash the Stampede still gets my jimmies all rustled, but if it was Legato Blue Summers, it would just be over.
Well, what if I went and made it right now? I'm sure it's taken, actually.
Bash!
Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true.
No, they're not.
We confirmed that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Where's the other bullet, then?
And what caliber of bullet is it?
Yeah. Give me your proof. Evidence is everything, right?
But there was only 1 bullet hole at the scene!
Square up, thought.
Where did the other bullet hole vanish to? Ugh!
Yo,
Oh, Taka.
You should know the answer to that already.
But they're not the same caliber.
I should.
You fuck.
During the previous trial, a certain oxygen chain was presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? Well, it appears that the thing that had ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet that was found near the tank, to be precise. The bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun. Then the same caliber as the detective's gun.
Wait.
So then the other gun, it doesn't make sense then. Why, what's this bullet then?
Yeah.
Because this is a 10 caliber gun. Ha! See, I knew the calibers would be important.
You're right. Nani? What is happening?
Feeny, don't hold your face like that. You'll get wrinkles.
Also, it kind of creeped me out for a second. I was like, suddenly, this game is now cursed or something. Like, it was gonna, all the colors were gonna go inverted, and then it was just gonna start playing. I mean, the music was already doing a weird thing for me earlier on, and I was just like,
Rifling marks also match up. Yeah, for a .38 caliber, but what about a 10 caliber, bitch?
oh, you just wait. We're gonna throw this bullet.
There's no question that the bullet was fired from the Detective Arm's gun.
I know, right? Arguing logic in a Phoenix Wright game. I'm still convinced the sound's not quite right. Even the sound effect for when you put something in your court record doesn't seem right.
How many times are you gonna make this statement? How many times, Phoenix Wright?
I don't remember what rifling marks are. I've been a judge for a very long time, but you know. They're like a gun's fingerprints on a bullet cracked.
What if somebody's never played a Phoenix Wright before? What if this is somebody's first Phoenix Wright game?
I feel like you could make deductions, like with context clues about what rifling marks are. If you can't make basic deductions,
Don't make fun of people who might not be able to connect
Deductions.
threads of logic
deduce, deduction, wait.
in a game about logic, Sid.
I can't.
It's actually, this game, saying this game is about logic is
Fucking
not quite accurate.
Fuck me, though. I can't even say deduce properly. Deductions, deduce. I was not using correct words.
I speak the English good and stuff. The words, I say them very good, yes. I'm fucking, I'm the same way.
Oh, no.
Whatever examining the rifling marks on the bullet can tell us the gun that it was fired from. I guess. I'm smart.
One of the bullets the detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. I had a hiccup in the middle of my sentence. My beautiful contradiction. Gone, oh, gone.
I loved that contradiction. It was like a son to me. So, that bullet hole was from a .38 caliber, huh?
Yeah, told you.
Better update the record.
Athena,
Since, you know.
You know it. You know, you see.
Athena knows what's up.
Athena knows.
She's the only smart one here. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Yas? Yeah. What?
Yas?
Yas?
Yes. Yes.
Vash. Oh my God. What?
Baby.
Oh my God. I just realized what you've done. I just realized now what you've done.
I'm so happy.
Oh my God. I was like, new game to play in speedrun, Watash Sass, Watash Yas. And I was like, what do you mean new game to play in speedrun? Oh no. I know exactly what that means.
Look at that. Yes, using the Sid Sass emote. I love it. I love it. I live for you, Vash. I live.
Sid loves you even more now.
I do.
Because that means that I have to play Mystical Ninja Go. I'm
I'm so happy.
You know what that also means, though?
What?
Is we first of all, holy fucking shit, we've hit our goal for RPG Limit Break.
Yeah!
Second of all, We have to do a 24-hour stream of Escape from Cyber City for the Philips CDI.
I'm so excited.
I'm glad you're excited. Well, either a 24-hour stream of Escape from Cyber City, or as long as it takes for us to beat Escape from Cyber City. So, if you guys have never heard of Escape from Cyber City for the Philips CDI, it's a rail shooter, and, you know, if you've ever played a game on the Philips CDI, a rail shooter is about as easy as you think it would be to play on the Philips CDI. It's very hard. We've never beaten it, and we've played it we've had random spurts of playing it since we started streaming like 2.5 years ago.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
I could cry. This moment is so beautiful.
Could actually cry for many different reasons.
Yes.
I'm overwhelmed with fucking support and generosity, and also I can hear in the back of my mind the huehues of Ebisumaru and the surrender dirtbag of Cyber City. And I'll just say, Vash, that you have made Sid and Jeremy very happy. I'm actually gonna go tell them right now. Hold on.
Vash.
You could take Vash. You're the dude, and keep an eye on it, because the CDI stream will probably be very soon, like within the next couple of weekends, because it'll be a one-time thing. Goemon's gonna be ongoing, because I'm gonna learn to speedrun it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go tell Jeremy right now.
I'm so
He's gonna lose his damn mind.
I'm gonna cry. I'm so excited, happy.
I'm partially leaving because I'm gonna cry, but don't tell anybody I said that.
Shit. Fuck. Oh, damn. But thank you so much. That's really super generous. Like, frickin' A, man. Vash, I love you. We should get married. Let's get married.
Yeah.
She left me by myself. Now I don't know what to do. I'm very entertaining. This is all moving so fast. Oh, yay. Dirty martini, that sounds... No, don't take Vash from me! He's gonna marry the $6 billion double-dollar man. What the Oh no. Okay. Yes, RPG Limit Break should be fun. I will not be able to make it myself, but I'm super happy that Kemi's gonna be able to go. I know she's been, like, very excited about this, and I'm very excited for her. So, all of you better treat my girlfriend at RPG Limit Break super nice. Be very nice to her. If you're mean, I'll find you, Dan. I'll find you. I'm in RPG. This room is too hot. I am also feeling overwhelmingly warm. Also, my brain left me today. It decided that it needed some time to itself. It was like, listen, man, we need space. And I was like, I mean, I guess I understand. But you're kind of leaving me hanging here. And so it left me. Oh snap, look at all the ways! I love Abysamaru and the way of his way. The way of his way. And way. Yeah! I'm wondering if I should try to continue on, or if I should just sit here. Hot room and no brain sounds like what I'm going through right now. Exactly. I have no brain. It left me high and dry, man. And I'm just kind of like, that was real rude of you because I gotta work tomorrow and freaking thinking. I guess you don't really have to think when you sew, huh? Never mind. Been waiting a long time for that. Yes! Look at all them ways! I love it! I live for it! But no, dude. Going on speedruns. Fucking Escape from Cyber City. I am living and dying. Oh, no, not at all. Work isn't stressful. I'm just wondering when my brain will come back. It decided to go away on vacation and, like, break up with me, kind of.
I guess I'm a fucking Goemon speedrunner as of tonight.
Yeah!
I'm officially a mystical ninja Goemon speedrunner.
I live.
I'm gonna tell everybody because people love to
torture you
torture me with Hui Hui. Since the beginning of time.
Listen, while you were gone, I was super entertaining.
Good.
Just like
I'm glad.
100% on my.
I'm sorry.
A-game.
I'm not gonna lie. I really actually needed to go compose myself for a second.
Yeah.
I like need to get up and leave and then come back. Also, I'm so fucking. I don't even know what to say.
Just
Thank
make
you.
a raptor noise. That's what I do when I don't know how to express my feelings.
Or I do a fucking victory bell.
Bell.
Victory bell, go!
Yeah, that's what you do.
Oh my
Also,
god.
I proposed to Vash while you were gone.
What?
I guess. Kind of. Just kind of slipped out.
Oh. Well, I guess now I'm married to Goemon. Entirely. I'm gonna dedicate myself to it, mind, body, and soul. So, that'll be, I guess I'll start, we'll start splitting up, I guess, our casual nights. Now that my arms are better-ish, I'll start, because it's just casual play. So, we can start maybe splitting up our nights with Ace Attorney and Goemon. But we can do Cyber City this Saturday if you want to. Do you want to just fucking get out of the way? Do you want to try maybe doing it this Saturday?
Maybe. Let me double check
Okay.
that I didn't have to meet up with my mom.
I was just gonna say because next Saturday is Mother's Day, and I was like, I don't know about you. I was like, I know I'm with my mama, and I know that you like to hang out with your mama.
Mommy.
We like our moms here on Watashi Machine.
On Watashi Machine, we support mothers.
Because we don't, well, have the most active father figures. So we love our moms. I especially don't have. I'm a bastard. I don't have a daddy, so I love my mom.
Your mom asexually reproduced.
Yeah.
Oh, don't apologize,
No.
Sash.
Don't be sorry ever.
Don't be sorry unless you're going to turn me down. Then maybe you
Don't
should
leave
be
Sid.
sorry.
Don't leave Sid at the altar, man. That's so sad.
Just imagine me
Like
in like a tux,
Like sitting on the curb with Vash in a dress in a car,
Exactly. Just like, oh man,
going down the hallway.
my like little like corsage on my tuxedo just drooping slightly. It just gave me flashbacks.
Such a sad image.
It gave me flashbacks though. The corsage thing gave me fucking flashbacks of Mr. Third Nipple Molester.
What? I'm sorry. What?
The dude, the Florent LaBelle, Third Nipple
Oh!
Molester.
The guy from from the Tenmataro case. Jesus, Sid, context, Sid, context. Yeah, keep an eye on our Twitter. We'll let you guys know about when this stuff's happening very soon. I'm dying still.
Anyway.
I also had to let Daniel know.
I can't do that. Guess I'm getting married. Yes!
What was happening? Detective Arm, shots fired, calibers of guns. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Does that clear everything up? Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody in the chat have questions? You guys have questions? Do you have a question, Sid?
Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display, and the other hit the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything about what happened? No, it doesn't!
How could he breathe?
Girl.
I'm sorry, I'm really stupid right now.
I know. It's cute. It's so adorable. Your Honor, no, it doesn't.
You okay?
There we go. I had a burp.
It was just stuck.
It was stuck, yeah.
I can't burp ever. That's every burp I've ever had in my life. Just gets stuck. It's very painful.
Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun. But that doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. Oh,
A very tiny culprit.
very smooth. Oh. Is this
Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene?
Mother effing this bullet right here. This one. This one.
And what's this metal pellet supposed to be?
It's a gun.
No, it's not. It's a very small gun.
It's a gun.
It fires even smaller bullets. Sid's waving to her brain somewhere in the distance.
Just a little something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor. You found it. Where? In a floor gutter at the crime scene. It looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, it's a 10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than one of Detective Arm's .38 calibers.
So much smaller.
Then that means
This is a tiny gun!
it came from a tiny gun.
Exactly. One more person must have been there in the lounge. A third person who had a gun that could fire 10 caliber bullets. And if that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. This person fired at Detective Arm and the Director Cosmos with their gun. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos?
Ha-ha! It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. What's this now? I didn't want to brag. Are you fucking kidding me?
What? You never breathed a word of any of this to me before.
Aha! Well, a great men have a secret or two, don't you know?
We're in a court of law!
Foolish old geezer. So Detective Cosmos really has been hiding the presence of a third person all along. Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw.
You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom you're just another witness. You won't receive special treatment here, now give an accurate testimony.
or I'll threaten you with perjury, but I won't really charge you with it because I never do. Whatever, perjury is smergery. Hello, Old Busted, how are you this evening?
Detective Arm and I rushed to the control room together. In the lounge, we found a figure standing in the middle of the room and tearing on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us.
Hey, what's up, Rama? It's funny because we've said it before, but we found ourselves personally that, they will just totally, like, waive perjury and not try to pursue perjury charges. But only in civil cases.
Only a civil case.
So, like, I'm not saying that we're giving you an official go-ahead to lie in a civil case. Don't do that. It's
Please
bad.
don't do that.
Lying is bad, and we believe in
Okay.
justice, so, you know,
Obviously,
You should-
believe in justice.
yeah, you should definitely tell the truth in a courtroom setting. But,
The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help you, Satan.
I was gonna say, so help you, Bob, because
Bob's a cool dude.
Bob's cool. But yeah, only in criminal cases will they charge you seriously. Civil cases, they'll be like, we could charge you, but it would be so much of a hassle. So we'll probably just let it go.
Given that there was no third person in the lounge when the witness entered it, does this mean the person who fired the gun had to have been the defendant?
Not necessarily. It's still possible that it was someone else. Most likely, as soon as Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
They should fix that.
Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. Mishandle one, and it's you who's cut down.
Only if you're an idiot.
Ah! Your reasoning could apply if Space Boy were the killer as well. Think about it. After being discovered, he could have fired the 10 caliber gun. Detective Arm would have responded by firing 2 warning shots. All he had to do was feign unconsciousness to invent the possibility of a third person.
But then wouldn't they find the gun that he fired? Yeah, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm not remembering shit.
But Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by the police, unless you're suggesting that he shoved it up his butt. And I think they do anal cavity searches.
They most likely do. But, you know, I think we had a discussion on a previous Ace Attorney stream about anal cavity searches and the extent of how far up the anal cavity they actually search.
He couldn't have gotten it that far up in that quick amount of time.
I don't know.
Let's be real.
Depending on what he does, you know, like, if he has a lot of experience. He could be really good at it. It could have been something he practiced for days beforehand.
I'm just saying, the logistics of it, you just can't do that in that short amount of time.
Well, I guess so.
Like, physically.
What if he ate it?
He just ate the gun. Well, then he'll probably be dead soon.
He had a good life.
Yeah.
He went to space once.
Yeah. I mean, it was a terrifying experience, but he went to space. Nor has a gun been found at the crime scene. Its absence can only be explained if there was a third party who took it with them.
Mostly.
Recall the existence of a trash chute in the boarding lounge.
You didn't search the trash?
The defendant could have simply thrown the gun down the chute.
You didn't search the trash?
But you can't deny the possibility of a third person leaving with the weapon.
Unless you searched the trash chute, which clearly you didn't, so that's your fault.
It's up to you to prove that possibility. And I trust you haven't forgotten my
Is
little
it?
piece of decisive evidence. What evidence?
I'm so mad right now.
Why, the detonator switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally. The most compelling evidence of all that tells us he's the culprit.
So he threw away the gun but kept the detonator switch, did he?
I did forget about that. Look, your baldness. How deliciously obvious it is that they lack the evidence of a rival. The evidence to rival mine.
It's Blackwell.
I tried to real dramatically push the button to make it go to the next statement, and it just
And it didn't even register. Nah, it was just like, wow, he sliced our third-person theory to ribbons and served it to us just like that. Except, it's real stupid to think that he could have thrown a gun away, but just kept a bomb detonation switch in his pocket.
Oh, snap. Here we go. The judge got a question.
Okay, well, I have a question of my own, actually. That bullet the mysterious figure shot. What did it hit exactly?
That is a good question, actually, Your Honor. What? I really don't remember this case.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can't even...
Maybe I don't even know who the killer was. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know anymore.
It hit me.
Nobody say, because this is only blind. This is blind for Sid.
Does that mean you're a ghost? I'm just gonna assume that bullets just kill people no matter where you shoot them.
I was wondering when you would realize that your baldness. Director Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. It can even pass through walls.
Blackwell.
Ah!
Prosecutor Blackwell, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman.
Your baldness, it was all in jest. Please show yourself again.
Obviously, he believes in ghosts. If you played Trials and Tribs, you would know. Spirits are real.
Joey Wheeler. No, not Joey Wheeler.
Yeah.
Anyone but Joey.
Are you sure? In that case, how did you manage to survive being shot, Director Cosmos?
Because it's a 10 caliber bullet.
Because it's a tiny fucking bullet and it could have been shot anywhere.
Also, he's saying he was shot. It hit him. And the only way I can believe that is if it hit his fucking little scooter thing and ricocheted. This is the only way I can believe
or
this.
like one of his metal, like his badge or something. Then he would have been knocked back and he wouldn't have seen for a minute. That's why he didn't see anything for a second. And I'm not saying that's what happened, because I clearly don't remember a lot about this case. Apparently, fucking 5 years has just obliterated my memory of this game. You know what?
Oh, ish. You might be right.
I could be right. You know what I was actually thinking about? Because we were watching Lord of the Rings recently, and there was that part where, like, fucking Frodo gets obliterated, and they're like, no, he's dead, and it hit his, like, he had a ring mail on, but it just knocked him back and knocked him unconscious for a second. And I was like, I bet you anything it hit his metal, but no, now that I'm looking at his metal, it might have really actually hit his metal.
Yeah.
It was a miracle. A miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself.
It is kind of close to your heart, too. Oh my god! I'm just gonna not predict things anymore. I've been playing Phoenix Wright for too long, fam. And maybe I subconsciously do remember shit. I'm just not conscious of it. I'm gonna shut up.
The bullet hit my glorious Medal of Honor, whereby it ricocheted, thus saving my life.
Though you did predict it ricocheted anyway, you just
Yeah.
didn't say where.
I was like, I said the scooter.
You shouldn't be able to bring that into court. Then again, neither should have the chick with the box. But whatever.
Also, they really need to stop calling it a scooter. Call a Segway a Segway.
Yeah, call a Segway a Segway. That ain't no scooter.
That's not a scooter. That's unbelievable.
I have to check this out. Oh, wow. Look at that. There's one extra Yaxa star. Huh.
The odds are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle.
If you've seen any movie, I guess not really, but I guess it's beginning to really feel like the Cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos.
But why did you conceal this information, Director Cosmos? A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts.
Is that a fucking Genji pose?
It is the plight of a truly great. It may be hard for the generation to understand.
I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding?
Let's just cross-examine him and see what we can find out.
I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to voice them anymore because...
Now then, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yuri did it!
No, I was going to... I already said it, so I guess it's not... I guess it doesn't count. I was like, I bet it knocked him back and he, like, didn't see shit for a while, but he doesn't want that to affect his fucking testimony. He's like, I'm gonna give the greatest testimony ever, but he didn't see shit because he got knocked back from being shot.
Yeah.
And didn't actually see anything. Yeah, that pose, though.
Yuri did it.
What, this guy? You think he was the one?
He did it.
He did it?
No.
He did done the murdering?
He did the murdering. No, he didn't. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know. But I was just trying to be funny.
I'm not sure either. I'm just being 100% real. I'm starting to question everything. I'm just like, man, I don't know anymore.
We've already heard all about that part. Don't you have any new information?
Well, let me see. If you have an hour or two, I could tell you all about the Hatch 1 miracle.
We already know all about that, too. Tell us something related to this incident.
Please.
I see you want to know about the incident. Oh, then let me tell you about the many incidents that made me the man I am today.
Oh, he's
Yes,
stalling.
if you have the time, I will tell you all about the upbringing of this great man.
He's stalling.
You've told us all about that already as well. What we need now is your testimony.
Did I really already tell you all about my upbringing? I don't recall doing so.
Totally will. I know it in my heart.
Director Cosmos, perhaps you could save your boastful tales for later? If I must.
It's totally a Genji Ikari pose.
Well, we peeked in through the central control room door and...
Since when does Phoenix wag his finger? He's always wagged his finger, hasn't he? When he, like, points a little bit and then we don't have a webcam on, but he does, like, the little finger waggle. When he's pointing. He's always done that. From what I remember. It's not an animation that happens often, mind you, but especially in the first 3 games, I remember him doing it.
I don't remember seeing that. I know that
I'm not crazy.
Edgeworth has his funky little...
Oh yeah, Edgeworth had the one where he like did a little finger wag next to his head with his eyes closed and then like looked at you. But Phoenix always had like a not fully extended objection finger point, but like his elbow was kind of bent and he was like pointing and his finger would do a little waggle. I swear. I swear.
No, I mean, I believe you.
I don't believe myself. I have to look now.
Oh wait, whoops, shit, I meant to press that. But it was so dark, you couldn't see this figure's face, isn't that correct?
Yes, the room was as deep and dark as outer space itself. Speaking of outer space, during the Hatch 1 launch 7 years ago...
If it's about the Hat 1 miracle again, you can sod it off and tell it a stray mutt.
Oh my god.
Ha ha! Excellent idea. No reason why the animal world shouldn't hear of my greatness.
And so they shall. But first, your testimony. What happened next?
Yeah, he does a little wag. It is actually fully extended.
Oh, actually, I do know that one. Yes, that one I do know.
Oh yeah, and Edgeworth does do one where he like extends his arm and waves his. He does
That's
like
not the one I'm thinking of,
But
though.
that's not the one I'm thinking of either. That's the one I was thinking of. Where he like waggles his finger back and forth and then next to his head.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of either. It's like he does like this.
I think I know what you're talking about. This one.
Yes.
That's okay. See, I got confused. I thought that was Phoenix for a minute in my head, but it was Edgeworth I was thinking of. But Phoenix totally has always done a finger waggle.
He has done a finger waggle. That one I do remember.
But I missed it. I don't think I remember it being in the 3D model, but in his old sprite, he definitely did it.
Press.
Hold it.
So in other words, you were fired at while you were at the control room door. Wait. Before he goes on, wouldn't that have shattered the glass of the door?
Is he saying he was behind the door?
I thought he was.
But even if he was in the room, there's no way it wouldn't have ricocheted directly. That's 100% like a 180 degree of where we found the bullet. It wouldn't have ricocheted like that. I mean, like, it would be impossible to know exactly, like, I mean, it wouldn't be impossible, but I'm not smart enough to figure out the math of where it would have ricocheted at, but it wouldn't have just bounced directly back, you know? Like, it would have gone off in a direction somewhere. I don't know.
There's something not quite right about that. Director Cosmos, the bullet this person fired hit you, isn't that right?
Yes, it was a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. The bullet the figure fired hit me while I was in the control room.
Yeah, you're right then.
But as the cosmos would have it, the bullet bounced off my glorious Medal of Honor.
He was behind the door.
In that case, the bullet should have wound up somewhere around the control room door.
Okay, so Director Cosmos was in the control room to the east.
And while he was there, he was shot at by someone with a 10 caliber gun.
But the bullet hit his metal, so he was able to escape with his life. He's a very lucky man. No wonder people think he's great. Bless you, Capcom. I love you.
Hey, I'm a pretty lucky guy myself. So if he's a great man, then I'm the king of all cosmos.
I'm excited. I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna play, somebody's bringing Katamari. Greenie's bringing Katamari to RPG Limit Break. I'm gonna fucking play the shit out of some Katamari at RPG Limit Break. I mean, we have Katamari here, but I'm excited to play it. Just with random people. But yeah, even if the door was open, if that's what he's gonna claim, which is, like, not likely anyway, but it would have bounced around that room.
Yeah.
It would never have wound up where we found it.
I'm sure it's on the last statement, but let me look through the court record real fast. No, it's not that door. Control room door lock. Only be operated by the director. Backup power
lets it function even when the power goes out. So it was functional even then. Which he could have, I don't know whether or not he's claiming to have opened it or not. So maybe that's something we need to find out first. But if Detective Arm was ahead of him, she couldn't have gone through the door without clearance. He would have had to open the door for her, right?
Yeah. He's saying that she went on ahead.
But even in his diagram, they were both inside the control room still. But the door shouldn't have been opened unless he opened the door first.
Yeah.
But I guess that still kind of makes sense, because why would he fire unless they opened the door and he was like, oh shit, there's somebody there, you know? But we need more information. Maybe we should press everything else. Unless that was everything?
Yeah, I pressed everything.
Well, then maybe we do need to bring it up, and we need him to specify, like, oh yeah, I had the door opened or something. Because as of right now, maybe we need Phoenix to be like, but the door was closed. No, it's not that obvious. Never mind. Sorry. Carry on. It still stands to reason, though, that there's no way the bullet would have wound up where it was.
Yeah.
If they were in the control room.
So do you think I should do the bullet on the third statement?
I don't know. Save and then try it? Because, I mean, we found it in a weird spot.
We did.
If he fired at them inside of an entirely different room, there's no reason that it should have wound up where we found it.
No, I mean, I completely agree. I just thought that that was like one step ahead.
Possibly. And that's a problem we run into all the time in Phoenix, right?
I think that that's definitely something that's going to be brought up. I just don't know if it's now or...
It's now!
Director Cosmos, I believe you're telling this great court a glorious lie.
But it is glorious.
A great man like me to lie. Have you ever heard of such a thing in all of history?
Yes, like all great men. They've all lied. Anyway. Sid's face.
My accusation is based on the positions of the people who were in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and Detective Arm were near the control room door, and the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position, then the bullet would have traveled in this direction. However, we found the 10 caliber bullet here.
And even if it ricocheted, it never would have gone there.
Oh.
This trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Director Cosmos, where were you really when you were being shot at?
I bet he was at the south door. And it bounced off of him and just flung.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round.
Step right up!
Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bullet hit his metal. Of this, there is no mistake.
We weren't saying that.
But in that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room.
Somewhere.
Are you trying to say that you can explain this inconsistency? No. Of course.
Nani?
I didn't think so. What? Oh, great, Director Cosmos.
Bruh.
Gosh! Is there something you'd like me to expound upon?
You were in fact not in the control room to the east, were you? You were looking into the lounge from the door to the south. Isn't that not right?
I mean, where else could he have been?
What are you getting at? Use your own brain. Your head must have some use other than hosting that bird's nest.
I'm convinced the sound is fucked up. I don't know how, but it is.
Bird's nest? Why does everyone pick on my hair?
I think your hair is cool, Feeny.
Director Cosmos and the detective witnessed the scene from the southern door. The killer fired at them there, and that is why the bullet was found in the south. That makes sense, actually. Also, the witness being at the southern door is rather favorable for the prosecution.
I mean...
I've got a bad feeling about this. How about it, Director, if you don't tell the truth this time?
Ah!
Yeah, his handcuffs.
You will become but rust upon my sword. I relish the chance to cut down a great man.
All right, I'll tell the truth. Just put your sword away.
He doesn't really have a sword.
You are correct. I, the great Jerry Cosmos, was looking into the room from the southern door.
That's the complete opposite from all the testimonies given so far.
Why would he lie about that?
Now you have lost your possibility that a third person was in the room. I have? How? The director and the detective were near the southern door,
Shit.
meaning the killer couldn't have escaped through there.
Yeah, he's right.
The western door required print recognition. The corridor beyond was filled with smoke. The only escape route left was the east control door, and the only way to get through there was with Director Cosmos' fingerprints.
And we know it could have been operational even during a blackout. Do we have logs of when it was open, though? We don't. But if we had logs, that could be telling. Don't look at me like that. Whatever you're thinking and whatever revelation is going on in your head right now, I'm not going to confirm or deny it.
I know you're not!
I know you're not. I know that you know that I'm not. But I'm just saying, your gaze is very piercing right now. You're staring at me like you've just, like your mind has been blown. And I can't.
My heart just broke.
I see every stream of this game, but I still don't know why there's a trial. Because a murder was done, Damask! Someone done murder, and we gotta figure out who the murder did. Who the did murdering was.
In short, there would be no escape for any third person, had there been one. My third person just disappeared like one of Trucy's magic tricks.
Order! Order in the court! Director Cosmos, why did you tell such an outrageous lie?
Seriously. Why did you lie?
You were covering for the defendant, isn't that right?
Yes, it was all for the love of my men. If I said I was in the eastern control room, it would mean the culprit would have had escaped through the southern door. It would have meant that there could have been a third person. All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck. I said I was in control room to invent the escape route for a third person.
But that's perjury.
What a convoluted lie. Was he really covering for the defendant? No.
I don't know. Do we have logs of the control room and when the door was opened?
Looks like we've come to a conclusion.
Who's being prosecuted? Starbucks. You know, the coffee chain.
The defendant's argument, the possibility of a third person has crumbled.
No! Seriously!
It's over.
It's really not!
The judge is about to hand down his verdict. Think, Phoenix, think. This is the perfect time to try and turn my thinking around. If a third person had no way of escaping the scene, then what if one of the people at the scene was the third person? Wait, what if the whole premise is all wrong? Director Cosmos said that he and Detective Arm rushed to the scene together. But what if that premise isn't true? What if one of them reached the scene before the other one? And if the person entered the lounge, then they would be the third person.
It's very convenient that one of the people's dead.
The defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot at the director. There doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. I will now render my verdict.
Please wait, Your Honor. There is still one possibility.
Oh? This had better be good, Mr. Wright.
It's always good with me.
I know.
There's one and only one person who could have escaped from the scene. And that person would be the first person who arrived on the scene. Then, upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came via the southern door. That's why the first person fled from the room. Using an escape route was accessible only to them.
Very well. Let's hear more about this theory. At least you're not bringing in any strange animals to cross-examine. Who's the person? Tell me it's not a parrot.
I've been wondering what everybody's ages are.
I didn't know Fulbright was older than Blackwell.
Yeah. Aww.
Oh, so young.
223, babes.
They're both so young.
Oh,
Mama.
mama, how you are?
Damn,
you look
girl.
Good for 37.
37, girl, you look good.
Oh man, I was hoping we would get Feeney's age.
Nope. I can look it
What
up
is
though.
he, like 37?
Google will tell me. Hey Google, how old is Phoenix Wright in Dual Destinies? Here's something from Wikipedia. God damn it.
Look at all of these babes.
Thanks, bitch. Hey, it actually closed. Good job, Google. You did it. Shit. But I need to figure out...
What was that? Hello, Mr. Vegetables.
Didn't Fulbright use a ladder or something? Like he was guilty? Fulbright? Use a I think you mean a step ladder, first of all. Second of all, I don't know anything about a ladder. No. Hang on. I think you're... I'm actually looking up this case now.
What are you claiming here?
Of all the people who were at the scene, only the witness could have escaped. The director is the only one with the authority to open the control room door, after all.
But that means...
Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness. Director Yuri Cosmos. What?
What?
Order in the court, I say. Mr. Wright, you explain yourself in more detail.
I'm looking up the details of this case right now, but I'm not saying anything to Sid because she hasn't played this game before, so I don't want her to know spoilers, but I'm looking it up because I don't remember. I don't think so.
I assert that Director Cosmos arrived on the scene before Detective Arm
You're getting that confused.
and entered the boarding lounge alone. Detective Arm arrived after that and saw a suspicious figure who was actually Director Cosmos standing in the lounge. And that's why she fired those 2 warning shots.
I've been hit. I've been hit on the starboard side.
Captain Wright, it's a direct hit on the enemy ship, sir. Magnificent shot.
Warning shots fired from the enemy ship. Prepare to intercept.
Cosmos, you have told a lie in this court once again.
I've been hit on the port side. The enemy has called for reinforcement.
Earth to Cosmos Control Center requesting permission to ask you to return to reality.
Snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
This is really hard. Like, every time I try to search for Phoenix Wright to find his age in a specific point, because the game is in part titled Phoenix Wright, I have to, like, sift through all this shit to find, like, a character article.
But my ship will not go down into anything less than ultimate weapon of evidence.
But I do have evidence. In fact, you could say that your battleship bears its scar. If Director Cosmos is the third person or a Blackwell saw, this third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Detective Kashmish?
Detective Kashmish? Fuck!
Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us.
Director Cosmos must have been the one who fired the 10 caliber gun. When Detective Arm discovered him in the lounge, it only makes sense that he would have turned and shot at her. Therefore, the evidence on the director's body is of a different kind of relevance than before. Once we compare it against another piece of evidence, the mark that you received from the third party will be all the proof we need to prove that you were the one there in the lounge.
Brace for further impact.
Brace yourself.
Comparison against this piece of evidence will prove that you were the one in the lounge. Victim's oxygen tank was struck by a bullet.
Oh my god, this is so hard to find for some reason.
Bullet found. Whisper.
Hold on. Phoenix Wright apparently was born, it's speculated he was born in 1992 or 1993, just so you know. So,
If he was born in 1992, he would be my age.
yes, if this were now, but this takes place in the future. So now I need to figure out what year this takes place in, technically. And then we can figure it out.
Gotcha. I'm gonna assume the oxygen tank?
I don't know. Now I haven't been paying attention because I'm so invested in this.
I'm gonna save, but I think it's the oxygen tank. Other than that, I can only imagine it would be one of the bullets. Maybe it is one of the bullets. Because they're saying to compare the mark on his badge to, I would assume, either the bullet or the other thing that was hit by the .38 caliber bullet. So either the bullet itself or...
Well, they established that, like, Blackwell established that. That was his thing that he was like, he must have been somewhere around there because that's where we found the bullet or something. Maybe. Or maybe it is the bullet hole. But the mark on his medal doesn't look, it looks too small.
That I don't know.
Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Because he's asserting...
But they mentioned the bullet already.
Phoenix right now is asserting that he was hit with Detective Arm's bullet
Oh,
in the
okay.
chest.
Then in that
So
case, it would
we're
have to be
trying-
the bullet hole in the hologram.
So we have to compare... But this oxygen... Oh, wait. Maybe the oxygen tank was hit by the 10 caliber. So compare it against, yeah, the bullet hole.
Well, because it's what we know.
I
The
would either say
oxygen
the
tank
bullet-
was totally shattered.
I would say either the bullet hole or the actual bullet itself.
Maybe. We'll have to see. Also, the closest thing, and I've scoured the internet by now, it says he's 24 years old at the start of the first game. By the time of Dual Destinies, Phoenix is in his mid-30s. That's all it's tapped to me. Mid-30s.
So he like 35.
No specific. I'm gonna say like 36. Just because I just want to be extra.
Nope, not the bullet hole.
Oh, shit. I just can't find the fucking actual age. I keep getting articles for the game itself, or like, even Wikipedia is just like I found the Wikipedia for Phoenix as a character, and it was like, this is the year he was born. That's it. Shit, you went back to the main screen.
Yeah.
I thought you meant to just save.
No, I meant to load.
Oh. Load this dip. Alright. So. Now I'm regretting that I missed what happened, but I was really invested in that search.
Well, like I said, I know what we're trying to say.
Right.
We're trying to assert that Cosmos was hit with one of Detective Arm's bullets. So we need to compare his badge to another piece of evidence that we have
The bullet?
in order to prove that it was her bullet. And like I said, I would either assume that it would be the bullet hole or the bullet itself.
The bullet itself would make the most sense, because you could just hold it up to his badge and be like, is it the right caliber?
But I also would have assumed that whatever the bullet hit would leave a similar marking. Like it would leave a similar
You might be right, but I
pattern
mean,
of...
we only have so
But
much.
that's why I thought either the bullet hole or the bullet.
Nope. We only have so much.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe?
The 38 caliber bullet found on the floor at the scene didn't hit the oxygen tank. It hit Director Cosmos' metal. If we have that ricochet mark on the metal analyzed, I'm sure the caliber will match up. And if that mark proves to be from the 38 caliber bullet,
You're right.
it will prove that you are the third person we've been looking for.
Oh no!
The bridge is destroyed, losing altitude. All hands abandon ship.
If that's true, then what about the bullet that hit the oxygen tank?
That's the 10 caliber bullet.
Must have been.
It was a 10 caliber bullet. In other words, it was the bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Isn't that right, Director?
No, you've got it all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, the engines have started again. It's a miracle. I'm not going down yet.
Oh shit! Oh, you just thought of something. Witness, stop this at once and confess the truth! You ninny!
If you don't want the history books to say that a great man was a great liar.
Then accept your fate and tell the truth. You bitch. Oh no!
Are you giving me orders? Me, the great director of the Cosmos Space
Animation,
Center?
though.
Gah! But the Cosmos revolts around me!
Revolves, not revolts.
Bruh.
Ah, someone get me off this thing!
Order in the court! And will someone please stop the witness from spinning? Oh, he's dizzy. Oh, thank goodness we're able to stop him from spinning off the face of the earth.
While he was twirling, I took the liberty of running an analysis on the mark on the metal. It was made by a 38 caliber bullet, matching it with the size of Detective Arm's firearm.
Are you ready to confess the truth, witness?
No, you've got it all wrong. This is just a misunderstanding.
Is he gonna start piling on more lies?
Looks like it. But no matter how many lies he tells, I'll just expose them one by one. I'll make that big liar tell the truth.
By bullshitting, like I always do. What?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not Yuri Cosmos. I think it might have been Fulbright.
I mean,
I have my own reasoning in my head.
Okay. I was gonna say I understand where your suspicion comes from because of the confusion that we just had, and also because of the day before when he was acting weird.
No, they
But I'm not
said something in this case that...
Genuinely understanding the logic.
No, they said something in this case that genuinely makes me question whether or not it was Fulbright. I think it might be Fulbright.
My thing, because I'm sitting here like I'm looking up things about the case because I don't remember, and I'm just like, what the fuck does he even have to do with a space center? Like, nothing.
Fulbright?
Yeah, he's a detective. So I'm like, I don't... But there's a lot of stuff about this case that I don't remember. I'm not saying to tell us, but I'm just saying I don't remember why. I know why because at first I was like, I remembered him being involved heavily with the case, so I was like panicking for a second. I was like, oh shit, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then the shit went down where he was like, we got tipped off to bombings or whatever, and I was like, okay. So like now I don't really understand what his connection would be other than that. Like, the police was already there for bombings, and I'm like, why else would he be there? Or, like, who the fuck decides to just randomly bomb a space center? But for some reason... I'm having a hard time finding what I want to know about this case, because Google's being stupid. But, like... I also am not, I mean...
There was something said in the last case that makes me suspect Fulbright a little bit. I'm not saying, I'm over-exaggerating. I'm not positive that it's Fulbright.
In the last case?
Not in the last case, I'm sorry.
I was like, what?
In the last...
The school case?
In the last little bit there, during the trial. During this trial. There was
Before the bombing happened.
No. During this trial.
Right, but before the bombing happened. Because this trial started before the bombs.
No, I mean... the previous segment that we just did.
Oh, when we were investigating.
No.
The previous segment we just did just now.
Just now.
Okay, I was like, what?
The trial, today.
Then maybe I spaced out, because I have no idea what the fuck is happening. Anyway. I don't know anymore.
But it makes me suspect Fulbright a little bit.
I mean,
I was already
trust nobody, not even yourself. But
I've
I'm
been-
just sitting here like,
I've been a little bit suspicious of Fulbright this whole time, just because I know it's going to be like a whole like the last, not this case, but the last case is going to be like a whole like knock your socks off thing. But
that's not. You still not gonna know what the fuck that is.
no. But
Like, there's no way. There's nothing. You haven't encountered anything that will even tell you anything yet.
no, I'm not expecting it to. But I'm just saying. I love Fulbright, and I feel like he's gonna betray me. And something happened just previously that made me suspect him.
I was gonna say, I was like, what the fuck? You've never suspected Gumshoe or Emma, and all of a sudden. But I don't remember what just happened. But the thing that's going to happen, you don't know.
No.
So, but I don't. Apparently, I don't remember this case as well as I thought I would.
Watch, the fucking last case is gonna be like, it's Phoenix! Phoenix did it! Oh wait, whoops.
They're claiming you are this third person.
I claimed as a dick.
Forgive me, I'm so sorry.
So the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulist cur. only have one question for the likes of you. Shall I send you off quickly or very quickly?
Ugh.
The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos, so don't try and talk your way out of this.
Fine, I'll tell you the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true that I was there in the boarding lounge. I got there before Detective Arm, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room.
Sorry, fucking Daniel is like shit texting me now about fucking Goemon speedruns. I'm dying.
I then went past the elevators and all the way around to the boarding lounge 1 again. I came up behind Detective Arm and pretended me to be the second on the scene.
Maybe it was suicide. Wasn't there actually a case where there was a
I
suicide?
believe so. What a troublesome old man you are, with such convoluted deeds and thoughts.
I see. So then, are you still insisting you did not kill the victim? Is that what I'm getting? Of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer. The great Yeri Cosmos was a history-making witness.
You keep saying that, but I don't think that means what you think it means.
Now hold on just one moment. We just proved a few minutes ago that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Aura Blackwell saw was you.
Nice.
No, it wasn't me. I saw the person as well. If I were the killer, why would I lie to cover up for Starbuck? I would just leave him to take the fall.
Huh. That's an excellent point. I mean, we thought you liked your men, but okay.
All I wanted to do was to protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person.
Well, it makes some sense if he told those lies to cover for Mr. Starbuck.
Still, a lie's a lie, Athena.
So, Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit, but where's the proof?
I just remembered I have an alibi.
Of course you do.
Ms. Blackwell said she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct?
Precisely.
Yes, and?
Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation efforts. Ask any member of the staff you'd like, they'll cooperate with me.
The director is not fibbing to the court for once. I confirm that he has an alibi for the time specified. So, you were claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 a.m. And that you arrived at the lounge after that?
But doesn't that completely not make sense with everything you've said so far?
Yes, I believe the person I saw is the same person that Miss Blackwell saw.
So they just stood there the whole time.
Although it was pitch black. So it was more of a shadowy figure and less of a person. And I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an earthling.
Hi, Sicey. Sicey, you have Vash the Stampede, the one and only, to thank for that. So yeah, Goemons are happening very soon, my dude. And Escape from Cyber Cities.
Yes, Papa Bless.
As long as he has an alibi. Yeah, I'm a Goemon runner now. We can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer.
No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to yet. I wonder if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck. Your Honor, the defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw.
Very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please.
So what time is this part taking place?
After 10 a.m.
But like how far after 10 a.m.? I never did find what I wanted to find about what happens in this case.
It should be taking place post 10 a.m., but before Arm was on the scene. So did they ever specify what time Arm got on the scene?
Mm-mm.
No.
Unless it's specified at a later time. And like I said, I don't necessarily... Nobody needs to say for sure. I'm just frustrated because in Googling this case was a lot more than I thought it would be, and I couldn't find what I was looking for.
As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired the gun at me.
I did find out who the killer was, though, when I was Googling, so...
I hid to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air.
They went through the trash chute.
It was big enough for a person. It's possible.
I'm keeping that in the back of the brain.
Keep that in the back of your brainium.
I was near the elevator side door, and then, well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
You know what? I am gonna keep the rest of this case a mystery. I refreshed myself on, like, the bare minimum of who done the deed. But the details are still really, because this case, I don't know, Googling this case was really obnoxious, so I couldn't figure out stuff that I wanted to know specifically other than that. And I think I want to keep it that way. So let's just pretend I'm also blind and have never played this game before on top of Sid. So, like, let's just keep that totally in the dark. Because now I'm just sitting here like, ooh, that would be exciting, even if that, you know, whether or not that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the trash chute go? I don't remember. I don't know. That's kind of exciting. So
Yeah.
let's keep it that way.
In the back
Let's
of my
pretend
brainium,
that I've never played this game before.
in the back of my brainium, I'm gonna keep that little sprig.
We'll go ahead and just be like, just no spoilerinos. Again, you know, mods and stuff. Feel free to, if it's fine to speculate. So far, nobody's been like outright as far as like being like, this is the done killer. But like, if you do see somebody like it, please purge them. But speculation is fine. And I think I like it better this way personally. I'm not gonna look up anything else. That would be neat.
Yeah, if they escape through the trash, because that's not the only. That's not
That's
the
what
first,
I would do because I am trash.
That's not the first time that he's mentioned that, or that it's been mentioned that the person vanished.
Yeah. And the trash thingy is right by the door. So, I mean...
And if somebody in the complete darkness, if you were to, like, blink, you could miss somebody escaping through a trash chute.
It's possible.
It's possible. That's why I'm not saying definitely, but I'm keeping it in the back of my brainium. That's a possibility.
We'll remember that.
So you were shot at by the killer as well, and then they disappeared.
Yes, so luckily no harm came to my glorious body.
To my glorious body!
Unfortunately, the bullet hit Terran's oxygen tank. I know because I heard a pang. That must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured.
Wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal.
That's Detective Arms. That was Detective Arms' bullet, remember?
Oh, right. What a mess this is turning into. So let's see. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit shot a 10 caliber bullet at him.
Right, but if it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen tank and ruptured it...
And then the killer disappeared, and the director went into the boarding lounge. When Detective Arm caught up and fired those warning shots at him. Judging by his metal, it looks like one of them almost took him out, too. That would have been embarrassing, I guess.
Good summary, but that doesn't explain where our mystery killer went. Trash chute. Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared.
ashamed to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeped back into the lounge, the real killer was gone. I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate. But what I found was Taryn with a knife in his chest and Starbuck out cold on the floor.
So, we have a culprit who vanished from a scene that had no escape route.
Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
A riddle of the ages indeed, but I'd rather know how a fibbing leech such as yourself can be lauded as great.
Oh shit.
A great man is always misunderstood in his own time. But he must remain true to himself, even if those around him don't understand.
Alright, you started off strong for a second there. But also... Bruh.
Wow, that might be the first true statement he's said all day. But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly?
I have a feeling now that you might be right.
Simple, because it was Spaceboy himself.
The more they keep going on about the vanishing, it's been like 10 times since you said that.
Yeah. When he was spotted by the director at Aurora, he quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. I want to raise an objection, but I don't have any counter evidence.
And I know better after all this time.
Director Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor?
No, because it was dark as a black hole in there. I didn't see Starbuck until the person vanished and I entered into the room.
That wasn't exactly helpful. I'm prepared to accept your surrender, right, Dono?
Bruh!
I can't find any holes in this testimony, but I can't give up.
Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help?
Huh?
Remember, I have that thing. While the director was giving his testimony, I detected a cacophony of discord.
Which means he's still hiding his true feelings from us, huh?
Apparently so.
This just might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That'd be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him.
You got it, boss! I wouldn't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind.
I hope that was sass.
Yuri Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me. Or to Widget. Let's go, Widget. Let's do it. Hi, Greenie. Okay. Killer inside fired a gun at me. Angry, sad, surprised. That makes sense so far. I hid to avoid getting shot. Nothing's changed. When I tried to get another look, they'd vanished into thin air.
Nothing.
I was near the elevator side door. And, well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
Why is you sad?
Yeah, that is weird. That's a weird statement to be sad about.
What? No. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launchpad door.
The great Yuri Cosmos afraid? And what basis do you have for that outlandish accusation?
Whether I have any basis or not, you seem quite distressed by it.
That was excellently handled, Phoenix.
I'm most certainly not.
Director Cosmos, there's something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there?
Wow, he's speechless. Looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss.
You did, Athena.
Well, you helped. I just kind of freak out when they're like, you have no proof, and you were just like, I don't have proof, you're right, but you seem distressed nonetheless, and that's fishy. It's working, boss. One more punch and it'll be a knockout. There seems to be one more emotion that's at odds with his testimony. Go get him.
Okay, back to the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory.
There's one more. I wonder if it'll do an update. We'll have to go through every statement to see. Maybe, but I'd go through everything first.
The only thing I can think is maybe because on those two statements in the beginning, anger is very slight.
Maybe.
Or it's the nothing.
That was my only... I was like, maybe you should have been surprised?
Yeah. Well, let me save and try that first. So yeah, let's try, because that does seem fishy to me that somebody would vanish and you don't seem surprised. Yeah. You must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air.
I did. That kind of thing just doesn't happen usually.
And yet at that time, you barely registered any shock at the occurrence.
What? Why are you...
I can only think of one reason why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea of where they went. Isn't that right?
What?
Sorry.
Of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launch pad door was filled with smoke, making it impassable.
Ow. I bit my tongue.
Oh no.
As for the southern door, I was standing right there. So there was nowhere for the killer to run to.
Maybe, or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Taryn, yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip out through the southern door? No!
I highly doubt it, as you recall, right after I entered the lounge. Detective Arm came rushing towards it herself with the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her.
How do we know Detective Arm wasn't the killer? She's dead, so we can't really get any testimony from her.
She's dead. And yet the director wasn't surprised by the killer that the killer vanished. So you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use?
I'll just input those two pieces of data, and... Yes! Just what I wanted to see! Presto changeo! Let's discord. Looks like we're on the right track.
Thanks, Athena. Now to make sense of what we've learned. Director Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge, which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door in the launch pad made him uneasy. In other words, he was probably just hiding something about the launch pad one door. When we put these two pieces together, one solution to this puzzle comes to mind.
Doesn't?
Does it?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't... The corridor doesn't really make sense, but... Unless that's where he went? Because, like, the look, the trash chute
Is
isn't
in the
on
boarding
them.
lounge.
It's in the boarding lounge, and but like, it's not really. I mean, you could try it, but I don't really see it outlined on the map.
Yeah, I don't either. So I'm assuming that it would be the launch pad, is what they're trying to say.
Maybe.
Maybe I was wrong about the trash chute.
I would have done it. Even if the killer, I mean, they still could have.
Yeah,
But even if they didn't, I would have done it.
I would have gone through the
I
trash
would have
chute.
jumped right into the trash chute
That's what I would have done.
to be with my kindred.
Right?
God damn, I love Dane. Just fucking memeing at me.
The culprit went through the launch pad 1 door to escape, didn't they?
Yes, I mean, no. Disaster to starboard. We're going to crash into an asteroid.
A master tactician, you were not.
But the area beyond the door was filled with smoke, wasn't it?
True, but this is still only logical. This is still the only logical answer there is. If we can just figure out what the director is hiding about the Launchpad 1 door, we should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies.
But that door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Terran, and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock. Do you?
Ah, yes, I do. That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past the security lock.
I mean, the gang was all here, so.
Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the recognition device. I propose that the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock. Wait, who was it again? Was it Clay or was it Starbuck?
It was one of the two of them, because Yuri wasn't in the picture yet. And they were both, as far as we know, I mean, they're assuming that Starbuck was there, but like, they're assuming that Starbuck feigned unconsciousness, but as far as we know, they were both not.
Alright, I'm gonna save again because if this is right, then my suspicions are right.
They were both not alive or conscious.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. If the person I'm going to guess first is right, then my suspicions are probably right. If they're wrong, then my suspicions are wrong, and I need to rethink the case.
Okay,
So-
I have no idea where your brain is, but
Okay, that person's fingerprints were not found on the device.
bruh. He just keeps growing a new curl. That's
Yep.
really good. Nope,
Okay, that's fine.
not the dead guy.
So then it has to be...
It has to be Starbuck. So yeah.
Okay. So it was Starbuck.
Definitely. I hope. Okay. I was like, it's gotta be, right?
Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device's screen.
Oh.
Looks like he does have something to hide about the Launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet.
Me neither, actually. You know, something just occurred to me. Ooh, would you like to hear it?
Yes, Judge!
I'm just full of ideas today.
Oh, yes, by all means.
There's a security camera in boarding lounge 1. Oh no, honey, no. Sorry.
Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor?
Well, if the true culprit escaped into the long spat-run corridor, then, well, that might be recorded on the security footage as well. The mystery would be all solved. What do you think of my logic? It's good, right?
They both know. Everybody's just like, literally everybody in this room knows there was a power outage, but you, Your Honor.
I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness.
Poor judge.
I beg your pardon?
Look, if we play the security camera footage beyond this point...
Oh my! Oh, the footage cuts off!
The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion.
You know, where it goes boom.
There is no footage after this. Be it of criminals or space aliens.
Look, okay. I'm not saying it was aliens.
It was a good idea, Judge.
What if it was aliens?
Somebody give the judge a pat on the back, because it was a good idea. He tried. He didn't know.
He tried. I think if everyone else would have thought of that much earlier on in the case, though. Maybe we'd have already been talking about this.
Pat him on the back.
He tried.
He tried.
He gets not an A for effort because I don't agree in rewarding people with absurdly high marks for just having, you know, like, trying. But, like, he at least deserves a passing, like a C. A solid C. Because he tried and thought about it really hard and made an effort and put in the work.
I say a C plus because he's cute.
Whatever the fuck plus means. I don't believe in plus and minuses on letter grades. But, you know, whatever.
It actually matters a lot in college.
It matters in a lot of school systems. I'm just saying I think they're bullshit. Why do you need to add pluses and minuses when they could just be what they are? But, I mean, I'm somebody who's coming from, like, numbers instead of letter grades. Like, growing up, we didn't have necessarily letter grades. You had numbers. It was on, like, a 10-point system, and they were numbers, and you knew, just by the numbers, kind of the range you were in.
I mean, that's the same with all grades.
I mean, the letters are in a number range.
Yeah.
But down here, they're not in a 10-point system, so, like, they're weird. So
they
like,
are in college.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't go to college, so I don't know. In New York, it was just kind of like nobody... It was just numbers. We don't really have letter grades.
In high school, it's a 7 7-point system. In college, it's a 10-point.
That's weird. Why is it a 7-point? My college doesn't do those anymore. It's A or B. Look, man, that's what I'm like. Why do you need to have a plus or a minus? Just give it a thing.
I mean, I would love to agree, because
I'm not saying that's not how it is. I'm just saying, why does it need to be a thing?
Because by that logic, I would have a B average in college and not B minus average.
Right.
And I would love to say that I have a B average.
Yeah.
I have a B minus average.
But what the fuck is a minus for? Why the fuck is it a minus? Why isn't it just B?
Because I got one too many C's, I guess.
Then why isn't it a C?
I would like to not have a C.
Yeah, I know. But the reality of it is, if you were comparing it, it would be probably a C. So it should just be a C.
Well,
just let it be what it is.
My average was, I think, an 84. My number average for all of my grades was an 80, like an 84.
That should be a B then. In my opinion. Anyway. Good job, Judge. You used your brain and thought.
Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery
Aww.
doesn't mean you should try to show off too much grandpa baldness.
He gets an A in being a grandpa, though.
Yes, absolutely.
How did you know about my grandchild?
I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world.
Don't study, just stream.
Z-Mac High!
Z-Mac High!
I mean, you don't necessarily have to, depending on your field and stuff. I don't know.
I just gave
I
up
did
on
horrible in school. I
college.
never went to college. I went into trade, and I'm fine.
I just gave up on college towards the end.
I'm not saying not college. Like, you should college if you're going
If that's for you.
If you're going into a field that requires a college degree, by all means, go into college, study hard, follow your dreams. But I'm a tailor. You don't need to go to college to be a tailor. And so I didn't.
I wish I had just stuck with, I think I've said this before, but I wish I just stuck with the bachelor's degree. Not the bachelor's, that's what I got. The associate's degree.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I wish I had stuck with the associate's degree because then I would have had a really good GPA because that was before I gave up. I would have had like a 3.7 or a 3.8.
I honestly struggled in school my entire life. Didn't realize until I was out of school that I had certain things. I mean, I probably still wouldn't have done that well anyway, but I had certain other things like dyslexia and other things that I'm dealing with and managing perfectly fine now as an adult, but didn't know I had as a child.
Yeah.
And the thing I was saying about New York's schooling system and how they were like, yeah, we're on a more efficient grading scale or whatever. I was also pushed through that system without any help when I should have been held back. So I didn't ever do well in school.
I was mostly, like, I did okay in school. I won't say that I was, like, a great student or anything like that. I did okay. And then when I got to college, when I first got to college, it's actually a weird fluctuation. When I first got to college, I fucked off way too much. Like, the first semester. The first semester of college, I was like,
I feel
lol, who gives a shit?
Doesn't everybody do that, though? Doesn't everybody have a point during college where, I mean, I don't know. I didn't go to college, but doesn't everybody have a point in college where they just kind of, like, fuck around because they don't really know what they're doing or, like, what they want to do with their life, so they just kind of fuck around in college? For me, it was high school. It was because I had always done so poorly in school and because for a long time I was pushed through grades instead of given, like, support or whatever. Which is, like, I don't necessarily blame my teachers, given the way that the school system was structured and where their they got funding based on test scores. So they pushed me through to get funding, and school districts in where I grew up in New York were very wealthy. So I was just kind of a product of the system. But when I came down here, I kind of gave up and did really horribly. Like, because it didn't make a difference if I tried or didn't try. I got the same grades, so I just didn't try in high school. But I think everybody does that in college.
Well, it kind of, like I said, it kind of fluctuated for me because when I first got into college, I didn't realize how tough college would be. So I did really poorly my first semester. Well, I say really poorly. I did poorly according to my standards. Which, not to say that my standards are super high or anything like that, but I think I had like a 2.5 or a 2.7, and that's like not acceptable to me.
I don't know what my GPA was, but it was like a 2 point something, maybe like a 2.0. It was real low.
But then I got really serious, and my grades went up to like a 3.7 or something like that. Or a 3.8. But then, my last couple of years of college, I got really depressed and really stressed. And so my grades dropped.
You also started going through your,
my stomach sickness.
your health started to deteriorate.
Yeah, so...
in the last year of your school, so
I
you got sick constantly.
I graduated with a 2.9, which is a B. It's a solid B.
That is a solid B. Yes, nobody get it. Doesn't
Usually-
matter how long it took you to get that degree, you got it.
Usually people shun you if you get under a 3.0, because 3.0
Do
is
they?
like technically a B+, I think.
Man, fuck it. Who cares?
But I graduated with it was a 2, it was
Fuck you, society. We both have careers.
I believe it was a 2.97. I was like, y'all really kind of rounded me up to a 3.0. That's some bullshit.
Society can fucking suck this dick. Because we both have... I mean, we're not, like, in lofty jobs, but we have jobs that are above, like, minimum wage jobs, and they have the potential to be, like, fulfilling careers over time when we gain experience or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I had no college. So society can suck this dick. Get out of here with your fucking preconceived notion of what education is. Get out of here.
As soon as we save up the munds, we will be
Oh yeah, bro.
far away from this area.
We can finally move away. We're not... two things that held us down into the specific area where we live were Sid's being in school still, and the court case that we were in, which is finally over.
Mm-hmm.
The lawsuit's over, and Sid's out of school. So, we can move now. Now we just have to save up, because we live in an area where the cost of living is very low.
Yeah.
And we plan to move to a place where cost of living is very high. So that calls for a little bit of planning.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it, and thank you for the luck.
Thank you.
We'll need a little bit of luck, but we're also gonna do a lot of planning.
Yeah.
Anyways, about the judge and his grandchild. You know, I don't think they've ever specified the gender of the judge's grandchild. He's always just said my grandchild. He's never said my grandson or my granddaughter. In fact, I think once he actually implied that he had multiple grandchildren. I was like, good for you, Judge. Is that why you're playing this game, Court Woes? No, we like to sit back, and we're both old, like, longtime fans of the series, but we love to sit back and laugh now that we've been in a ridiculously long, like, how long did the court case go on for? The suit started in 2013.
And ended in 20...
earlier this year.
18.
Late 2017, actually. I think it was November. No, it was February.
It was February, yeah.
So this 2018. So we were in a very, very long legal battle. So now we get to sit back and just laugh at Phoenix Wright. And how ridiculous it is. Because we know. And the trial itself went on for almost a month. It was the longest, even for like regular trial standards. Especially the phase where the jury deliberated, it went on for way longer than average.
Actually, sorry, this is back to the previous conversation, but I didn't think to mention this to you because, I don't know, I didn't think it was a big deal. But, some people apparently do. I got my diploma in the mail.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
No, I'm super happy about that for you.
Yeah,
You got your diploma in the mail.
I got my diploma. I didn't walk.
I never actually got my high school diploma because I owed the school money, but I was like, you can keep it. I'm not paying you for it.
I have my high school diploma, but I got mailed my bachelor's diploma recently.
Hell yeah.
I didn't walk because
walking
that
is
noise.
stupid. Like, and I mean, if you want to do it, I support you. But like, if you don't, then why? Who cares?
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I understand people who want to walk when the college that they're graduating from, and like, let me elaborate a little bit, especially because like you didn't go to college, right?
Right.
So
I didn't walk when I graduated high school either. I could have, even though I graduated late in the middle of the year, I could have waited until the end of the year and walked with everybody else in that year, but I didn't because fuck it.
Well, no, it's different because like when you graduate from a university, there are different colleges within a university.
Yes.
So I understand for people like my brother who graduated with a very small college because again, there's a difference between a university and your college.
Right.
My college was the College of Theater Arts, which was a huge college at UNCW.
Yes.
My brother graduated from the College of Veterinary Pathology, which is a very small college at NC State.
Yes.
So I understand people when you go through the entirety of your, 4 years together, essentially.
With your colleagues,
when you go through, yes,
your college with a very small group of people, and you've been with the same group of people, and you've taken the same classes and whatever, I can understand where the walking ceremony can be very emotional.
And it's like a moment in your life that it's hammered into you that it's like a big deal, and you're like, this is a big moment in my life, and this is the start of my life, and it's big for your family, and whatever.
Well,
I get it. I'm
get
not
that.
necessarily minimizing that.
No, but
It just wasn't a thing that was my life.
like I said, I especially get it for people who graduate with a smaller college.
Yeah.
My college was huge. I had different people in my classes all the time. I never really got close with any of my colleagues. It was just not a thing.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people, even if they're not in with their colleagues, like they do it for their parents or their family, because their family's like, I'm so proud that you've graduated or whatever. For me, I'm with Damask. I'm just like, and maybe that's the tailor in me that looks at the robe, that there's nothing to it, and you pay a lot to do a lot of things to participate in the ceremony. I'm like, okay. That's like, it's prom season right now, fam. People are paying a lot for real cheap dresses that they'll never wear again. So I'm just sitting here like, that's a lot of money for something, for one event. And it's important for you, I guess. It's also it's basically wedding season also.
Yeah.
So, and I've been to many beautiful weddings. But as much as they're like I want to capture this moment in time, it is one day. It is one day, and you are paying so much money for one day of your life. You can make memories and look beautiful without paying that much money, girl. I promise you. I promise. But people do it anyway.
I mean, and it's all about what you want to spend your money on.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it means a lot to you,
I appreciate that.
you know, like, do it for yourself.
Do what makes you happy.
Do what makes you happy. But for me, I was like, I can make a lot of memories and good moments in my life and not pay like $1,000 to do it. So,
Oh, girl, that's cute. $1,000 pays for the dress.
girl, I know, I know. I don't see why people wear those dresses. I went to my prom wearing a Zelda hoodie. No, my prom dress, and this is coming from a tailor who does alterations and stuff. And I look at beautiful, gorgeous, elaborate dresses all the time, every day. My prom dress is shit. I still have it. It is made of this thin spandexy material. It's covered in this gross glitter. It's bright lime-ass green. It's not necessarily ugly, per se, and it fit me okay at the time, but it's cheap. It's so cheap. I paid $100 for it.
Oh, dude, I didn't pay over $100 for either one of my prom dresses because I got them bitches on sale.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got mine on sale too. But I didn't know anything about what I was getting at the time either. But now I look back at it now with what I know, and I'm like, there's no lining. Like, this shit is barely put together. It's not, nothing, I don't even think I think it's all just overlocked together on the inside because it's just spandex. Like, who cares?
Oh, no, same. I had
And
really shittily made dresses.
It literally is just like a spandex blend. Like a polyester spandex blend. And it's real thin, and it's just covered in glitter, and it gets glitter everywhere. And because it's spandexy, it fits your form somewhat okay. So it'll look good on just about anybody, kinda. But it's shit.
Yeah, no.
Do you want? I'll post it. Okay, if you. Yeah, Sarah, hello. Hell yeah. Okay, if any of you guys are in Discord, by the way, any of you guys that are subs who aren't in Discord, being a sub gets you in Discord. But if you want, I will post a picture of my prom dress in Discord later. I promise you, because I still have it, and I still have pictures of me in it too.
I gave my prom dresses away.
I should give mine away because I'll never wear it again. I want to give it,
mine.
especially because now it's prom season. I should probably find somebody to donate it to, because like somebody might make use of it, and it's not worth anything. I shouldn't have paid what I paid for it. It's not worth anything, so I should give it to somebody.
Yeah, I donated my dresses.
Our tailor shop, I don't know if I've told you, but our tailor shop actually gives like really steep discounts to students who have straight A's on their report card.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know, my boss is such a sweet guy. He's like, I just want to help. He's very concerned about education. That's like his whole mission about, because he's from Vietnam. he wants to go back to his home country and build bridges so that children in Vietnam can like safely travel to school because they have to like swim across swift current rivers every day to go to school where he was born. So like education is really important to him because he understands that being educated you can like change things in your society or whatever just from where he came from to where he is now. So he was like, I love to give discounts to people who do really good in school because they work really hard and they should, you know, like they should get rewarded for working so hard.
Yeah.
So he offers really good services to people who serve in the military and people who do really well in school, which is really sweet.
That's so precious.
Yeah, but the walking ceremony, the graduation uniforms are stupid. They're so they're even like what even are they're like just thin cotton material and there's nothing to them and they just loosely fit everyone. And how much?
They're like $200.
Yeah, I was like, how much you pay for those? I was gonna say $100, $200, girl. Yeah, or motivate them to work harder. I was like, if I was in high school and I knew that there was going to be somebody around prom season who would have given me a good deal to alter my dress to fit me perfectly, I would have tried to work for it. I probably wouldn't have gotten it, but still, that's enticing, you know? Prom's really important to you when you're in high school, so you're like, damn, I gotta work hard. If not for my future, then at least so that I got a good-ass dress. So, I think it's really good, especially because it's like, it'll benefit everybody locally. I was like, damn, that's clever. That's a good idea. You guys will be seeing me a lot in January because our entire shop will be closed the entire month because he'll be flying back to Vietnam to actually build bridges in Vietnam.
Nice.
So that children can go to school.
Never did.
And I have some paid time off, but not the whole month, but I'll be okay. I've already planned for it. He told me a long time ago he was going to do it.
Oh, I wouldn't have gone to prom if it wasn't for people essentially, well, I say essentially, they did pay my way to go with them.
To prom?
Yeah.
I
wouldn't have gone
was
to
seeing
prom.
someone at the time, so it meant a lot to me to go. But I also I was working my very first job at the time, and my mom was trying to instill to me the like fiscal responsibility, and I hated her for it at the time. I thought she was being a cunt, but she was like, "You got to pay for your own prom dress," and I was like, "What, but Mom? That's so unfair. You should. This is so important to me. You're ruining my life." And then I like found a dress for $100, and I saved up because I was working a job at 16 and not paying bills, so I was able to afford it. Sorry, Mom. I know you don't watch our stream, but if you ever do, sorry. I was being a cunt.
See, here's the thing, though. And we're gonna have to go soon.
We are, and I wanted to get through this next part, but we got sidetracked.
But, I actually just wore a dress to prom that I already had. Because when I was in high school, I was really heavily into the film industry here in Wilmington. So I had gone to a lot of film festivals. So I had dresses that I wore to film festivals and like film
No, that makes sense.
galas and stuff.
We used to have a very strong film industry here in this town.
Yeah. So I just wore one of them dresses.
But yeah, that's honestly... You don't have to wear an expensive dress to prom. There's actually no super dress code. Like, you could just wear a dress. It doesn't really have to be a super formal gown. I mean, I don't think they'll let you wear, like, jeans or whatever. They're probably like, you have to dress formal, but, like, what their definition of what formal is probably really loose, so...
I definitely wore Converses.
If you are a high school student and watching this, and you go into prom, buy you a dress that you will wear again in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I
buy
wear
a
this.
dress that you would wear anywhere, not necessarily at prom. Get you a dress that you would just wear out on a fancy Sunday brunch with your friends just because you felt like dressing up. You know, like, not too fancy, just fancy enough. Something
no, dude.
that's comfortable that you would wear out just randomly on a weekend somewhere.
I wore the dresses that I got, I didn't get them from prom. I got them for those, like, film galas
Yeah.
and festivals and whatever. I wore the crap out of them at special events. I wore weddings.
Mine wasn't really something I could wear at others. I wore it at like a random fancy gathering that was among friends at the time. But like I couldn't wear it out to like weddings or something like that. It wasn't like that kind of formal. It wasn't classy enough to be like a wedding gown thing.
No, I definitely wore them.
Make it versatile.
To weddings, I wore them to funerals.
Yeah, and you know, like colors that are not crazy, like mine was lime green. Go with something that's more neutral because then you can wear it at a bunch of different occasions. You can wear it at weddings, funerals, birthday, like super fancy birthdays, galas, whatever. Wear it at whatever. Just make sure it's versatile because then your money is worth it.
Yeah. No, my one dress, because I went to 2 different proms. But one of my dresses was it was just a solid black.
If you want a Bjork, go Bjork.
It was just a solid black dress, like went to the like maxi black dress. Same spandexy kind of material, but it had like
Don't do the spandexy material though. I'm gonna tell you right now. It doesn't. Anyway.
But it had rhinestones for the straps.
Oh yeah, I think I remember the one actually.
Yeah. I did my senior photos in that dress.
Go with cotton if you can. If you can discern what material your dress is made out of, go with cotton. Something that is breathable, that is comfortable to wear out anywhere. Don't go with something like polyester or spandex that you'll die in. Anyway.
And then my other dress was like this weird deep purple. So like
I know that one. I remember that one more.
Yeah, it was satiny and it had like a really strange angle to it.
I think I remember your dress too, Sam. That's the thing is everybody goes too fancy at prom. And then like when you go too fancy, when you go to like nightlife fancy, you can't wear that anywhere else. So it winds up being a one-time occasion. You wear it at prom and then it's like, well, it's a little bit too risque to wear at a wedding. Or like it's a little bit too extra to wear at a wedding. Because like you don't want to take away attention from the bride and the bridesmaids. You just wear something nice. You don't wear something like flashy. You can't wear it to a funeral because that's kind of rude, depending on the funeral. You know, like it's like you look at it and you're like, that's a prom dress and only a prom dress. Can't really be anything else. What materials do they make that sweat wicking stuff with? You're talking about like athletic wear? Because a lot of times that's either mesh or a spandex blend.
But yeah, no, I wore that black dress with the rhinestonies.
Mm.
I wore that when I was thicker and I had boobies.
Thick.
It was a lot thicker. I filled that dress out.
Same. I haven't worn my prom dress since I lost weight. But it's a spandex blend. I'm sure it'll still fit fine. But I won't wear it again ever because it gets glitter everywhere.
I actually gave it to one of my old dance teachers.
Does anybody want a lime green spandex dress?
I don't own any more dresses. That's a lie. I own 2 dresses.
Kind of. I think one of them is in my closet currently. Unless you're not counting that one. It used to be yours.
I'm not counting that one. That one's probably I've given to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Well, I never wear dresses. I have 2 dresses that I have for emergency situations that I need to wear a dress.
Sid hates dresses, by the way.
I hate dresses.
I like wearing dresses. I just don't really have any that fit me right. Which is funny, because I could, like, make them fit me right, but I just don't. It's like, what is the old saying? The shoemaker's children's feet are always... The shoemaker always goes barefoot, or the shoemaker's children's are always barefoot, or whatever, you know? You know the old saying.
It's not even formal clothes. I
don't
just
sew
hate
anything
dresses.
for myself. What's up, Shooter? How have you been?
I would wear a tux and a heartbeat. Or a suit. Give me a tux or a suit, and I'm like, yeah, I'll rock that shit.
Yeah, you look good in it too.
Don't fucking.
Nah, it's true though. It's whatever you do for a living when you work and then you come home, or like finish doing whatever you're doing for the day. You don't want to do that shit for yourself. Even when I was working for myself at home, and I was sewing commissions, I never did a shit for myself because why would I do that? And all the time that I've been sewing for a living, I've never sewn really anything. I've sewn a Danny Sexbang costume. That's it. Every other costume I ever sewed for myself was before I was a seamstress for a living. I've only sewn one costume for myself.
I hate wearing suits so much. See, I'll wear a suit. Give me a suit and a heartbeat, but you will... Unless it's just like a situation where you guilt me real hard. Or you're like, Sid, wear this for like a photo shoot.
Yeah, Sid'll wear whatever for a photo shoot.
That's another thing too. I've worn like stupid expensive wedding dresses for modeling opportunity. I did a runway model for David's Bridal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
some private... David's Bridal plus some private-owned bridal dress shops, and them private-owned bridal dress shops, I think I wore a $30,000 dress.
Yeah, I believe it. We get dresses from David's Bridal pretty, not all the time, but pretty often. Just because, like, we'll get people in all the time that are, like, especially right now, because everybody's getting married in the summer, and they're like, this is David's Bridal, but, like, it doesn't fit me right, and I got it tailored, but it doesn't, they did a bad job and it doesn't work, so I need you to fix it. And sometimes it's, like, not really whoever altered its fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the person was just being really picky. But, like, sometimes you look at shit and you're like, what were you doing? Were you drinking on the job or what?
Yeah, no, I remember, that was an ordeal doing that frickin' bridal. I had to go to like 4 different bridal shops, and they had to fit me in a million different dresses because they had to find one that actually fit my body perfectly, because obviously I couldn't get it altered.
I mean, I guess so, but I thought for modeling shoots, they have ways of, like, fitting it to you without...
For shoots, but not for runway.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this was
That's
runway.
fair, that's fair. I was like, I thought they would just pin that shit to you in a certain way and it would be fine.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. But this was runway, and they were like, okay, we have to find a dress that we have in store that fits your body perfect.
I mean, okay.
And so I ended up at these...
Oh my god, Sarah, I've had that happen to me before. Where somebody's like, please fix this for me. It doesn't fit. And then you, like... I don't know. I've taken in pants or let pants out, like suit pants. Like, a negligible amount. Like, 1/4 of an inch. If that.
Girl.
And they're just like, it's perfect! And I'm like, cool.
Did I
Good to know. The fabric probably would have stretched to that amount, but okay.
Did I tell you about the girl that came in and wanted her? I swear, if I'm glad I don't deal with customers. Because I swear I would have looked at this woman and been like, you've got to be kidding me.
I can't with customer service anymore either. Especially, it's one of those things where if you have never worked when it comes to sewing, or maybe this applies to other things where people don't generally... I hate to use the excuse of, like, auto repair or, like, computer repair, but, like, people who come in, customers who obviously have no knowledge of what you're doing. I can't with those customers, ever.
I seriously tapered a woman's suit shirt because I do uniforms.
Right.
1/8 of an inch.
1/8 of an inch. If you... Like, you could, like, hold your thumb and forefinger together and just barely kind of, like, space it apart so they aren't touching. That's like 1/8 of an inch. It's ridiculous.
I was like, girl, you do realize this ain't an Under Armour shirt, right? This is your uniform shirt.
Like it's not something that's like molten like to your form.
yeah.
It's a shirt. I don't know, man. Oh shit, am I showing? I didn't mean to. It's true though. People come in like that. Like you say an eighth of an inch has mattered to you on occasion, and I don't really believe you. Not in my profession anyway. An eighth of an inch has never mattered. Never. And I've worked in super detailed work before. And an eighth of an inch has always been negligible. Like, always. And I'm talking like I have worked like high dollar, like the fucking billionaire shit. An eighth of an inch does not matter. They might think it matters, but when you get into what it is and then you do it, like an eighth of an inch does not matter.
Well, no, because I've always, like, I've worked, you know, seamstress jobs that, like, you have to make something to fit someone perfectly.
Well, you do like uniforms, so like
Well,
you have a standard that you have to go by as well. So there's that.
I have
too.
a standard I have to, well, for uniforms, but I also did, for a little while I was in college, I did costumes, like theater costumes.
Right.
And they have to fit an actor perfectly when you create them. If something was off by an eighth of an inch...
You know what, Shooter? It's funny, never as a tailor have I had this happen, but when I was working in interior design, I definitely did have old waspy women who would, I would make draperies for them with like the flowery pinch pleats at the top of the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And they would pull out rulers and they would measure them. Or they would look at the bottom of the curtain, like the measurement from the curtain to the floor, and they would take a little ruler. I had specifically 2 women, and I remember their names, and I won't say them here, but I remember these 2 women, and they would pull out little rulers, and they would measure the amount from the curtain to the floor, and they'd be like, it's not half an inch, so you're gonna have to take that up. And I'd be like, well, all right. I mean, you're the one who's paying like $10,000 for this thing to go over your window, so, I mean, I'm not going to tell you no. I'm still getting paid by the hour, so.
Frickin'... Have you had to do a military hymn yet?
Actually, yes. I was about to say I looked over and saw a military inspection. Yes. That is one thing that is particularly, and I don't get to do a lot when it comes to military. Because the man, in my line of work, in my shop, personally, I'm the only employee. Mm-hmm. The shop is owned by a man and a woman, a married couple, and I'm the only employee. And the man used to be in the Marines. So he does a lot of military work. Because he does a lot of, he gives a lot of discounts to especially veterans.
Right.
So we do get a lot of uniforms, we do get a lot of military alterations, but I don't get to see very many of them. I do get them occasionally, and they're particularly like, this has to be exact. So I get where you're coming from when it comes to that.
No, my favorite thing
Mario.
is we technically don't do military. We do police, first responders, sheriffs, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't technically do military, but you'll get some police officers that are ex-military that will come in and be like, no, I need my pants at a military hymn. And you're just kind of like, okay, extra.
And you're like, all right.
You live in your extra life.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm like, as nobody said. I'm just like, look, man, I'm not paid salary. I get paid by the hour. So if you want me to redo this, fine. All right. I mean, I
don't necessarily.
At this point, I'm like, I feel bad because this is on my boss, who I'm heavily invested in, because it's such a small, like, I'm the only staff. So my fuck-ups reflect on the business as a whole.
Yeah.
So that feels bad, man. But also, it's not my fault, and my boss knows it's not my fault when a customer is being particularly extra.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't mind if you want to be extra.
Yes, sorry, Athena has been blinking very patiently. She's been talking all this time about the judge's grandchild, but we've never determined what the gender of his grandchild is.
And we gotta go.
I think it's his granddaughter. I have a feeling he said before that he has a granddaughter.
Maybe
But, I
it is
mean-
multiple.
Yeah, por qué no los dos?
Look at her. She is blinking.
And
so patiently.
I wanted to get through this segment to find a good spot to save because I feel like we're very close to the end of the trial day, but we could also not be. And it's already past bedtime.
Yeah. We had a to be continued. So it's...
Oh shit, you're right. In the
Yeah.
middle of a trial day, so
Yeah.
maybe we does go on past this.
Yeah.
Oh man, we went out on a rant and it's like we're not even Let's
Safe.
well, we should save, but are we about to get another testimony? Because if we start at the next testimony,
That would make
That
sense.
would be a point for us to start back up on. I just don't want us to be disoriented the next time we start.
Setting aside the issues of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, could you please tell us more about when you entered the lounge?
Do it.
If I must.
Did we get an update?
Well, this is different.
This is
I
different.
hid to avoid getting shot. There's no more surprise or angry.
And I think this was totally different.
After the killer vanished, I went into the lounge. Sad. But that's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator spot.
side door.
And then the detective shot at me. So you can see the killer could have only escaped to the launch pad, right? Nope.
No, but I'm still not quite sure where you want that to be. But this is a good spot.
Yeah. Let's bring it back to the first statement. Oh, shit.
Dot. Athena has a cat? And a dog? Wait, what? She was just like, let me tell you a sad thing about my cat and my sad thing about my dog. Which one make you sadder? My cat? That makes sense. What?
Well, because she said my cat's been really sick.
I mean, I guess so.
And then the dog just doesn't want to play with her.
But maybe that's because the dog's not feeling good.
Well, maybe, but
Can't you be sad about both? Alright, we're gonna find a host. Sorry, we could have gotten much further along in this investigation, but we went way over
got real distracted.
talking about fucking our jobs. Sorry about that. Speaking of, I have to get early for my job tomorrow, so I'm fucked.
Me too.
Anyway,
I've got to wash this makeup off my face too.
I'm just gonna pass out like a piece of garbage. Like a piece of garbage.
My skin's real broke out right now anyway because I'm PMSing, so maybe I shouldn't bother.
Me too. Let's hang out with 2 cans of ham. 2 Can Cham's playing Star Ocean 2, for those who don't know. That's that game that we were playing for a while and then stopped playing.
Yay!
We'll play it again sometime. But not for a while. Because we're playing other shit right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Thank you guys so much for all the ridiculous support that we've gotten tonight. My brain keeps going back to it and not processing it, and I'm... What? And if you... Please at least give Kyle a hello from us, because he is a sweet bean, and we'll be hanging out with his adorable girlfriend at RPG Limit Break. I wish he could be there too, but he can't because of job reasons. He's an animation teacher, did you know?
Yeah.
He does animation stuff and teaches people how to animate for a living. That's cool.
Hex yeah.
I would actually love to take his class. Anyways, say hi to Kyle, and we'll see you guys
Friday.
Friday and all weekend, baby, I guess.
Frizzity Friday.
Night!